Ahimsa. Non-violence toward all living beings.
The most beautiful word in the human language.
It is beautiful not because it describes our nationality, our politics, our religion, or our diets,
but because it describes our character.
We reject violence wherever and whenever it occurs. In our streets, our homes, our thoughts, our hearts, and our dining tables.
Ahimsa is revolutionary because it protects the most precious of all things. It protects life.
The seeds of Ahimsa blossom within our hearts when we embrace the sacredness of all life. Imagine a world where Ahimsa is in bloom.
All beings deserve to live a beautiful life with independence. When your voice is heard, when you have the power of choice, there is hope, there is freedom. The Luvin Arms Clicker Play program is a beacon of hope for farmed animals everywhere. Clicker Play creates a common language between humans and animals. We communicate via clicks and positive reinforcement. It allows us to hear their voice, and it allows them to exercise their power of choice.
Our incredible community of volunteers has been an integral part of the Clicker Play program at Luvin Arms. A volunteer is paired with a resident and works with them weekly. Each resident has an individual enrichment plan tailored to their specific goals and needs, and volunteers log their progress after each session. Through Clicker Play, humans and animals learn to communicate to create a more compassionate future.
In 2020, we rescued a severely abused and neglected donkey family. Their previous owners failed to give them basic shelter, even during the winter. Leo, Frida, and Dolly were beaten to force them to submit. They were fed a diet high in sugars and consequently developed a debilitating and potentially fatal disease called laminitis. Their hooves had never been trimmed and curled up under them. They could barely walk. Because of this horrible treatment, the donkey family was terrified of humans. They did not trust us.
The Luvin Arms team and volunteers began to build trust with the donkeys through Clicker Play. By listening to their needs and desires, we showed the donkey family that Luvin Arms is a safe place. They finally started to trust humans.
Almost 2 years later, the donkeys now love interacting with people. They freely participate in daily care. They love cuddles, ear rubs, and butt scratches. They will even call out when their human friends leave, beckoning them for more affection. Through Clicker Play, our donkey family has learned to trust. Our Clicker Play program helps build bonds, strengthen relationships, and heal trauma.
Medical care can feel scary for many animals, even our companion animals. It must feel like someone is wrestling them down and doing something unwanted to them. Here, we do not want our residents to be afraid or frightened. We want our residents to feel confident and have the power of choice in their daily care.
We take the fear out of care by teaching skills such as stepping onto a weight scale, lifting their hooves for trimmings, and being comfortable with touch. By using the clicker to mark the behavior becomes associated with a positive experience. These skills enable our residents to participate in their medical care with confidence. They now have more agency and choice in the process.
Domino is our largest resident. He stands 6 feet tall and weighs over 2,500 pounds. Any medical procedure with Domino is a big ordeal. When giving any kind of care to cows, it is crucial that they are in a chute. This ensures the safety for everyone. For the longest time, Domino was terrified of the chute. It is narrow and can feel claustrophobic for such a large individual. Through clicker play, we helped Domino become comfortable with the chute and putting his head through the doors. He now willingly steps into the chute for his care. The experience is fear-free for Domino and safe for all the humans. At Luvin Arms, we use clicker play for many medical procedures to ensure that all our residents receive truly compassionate care.
Farmed animals are brilliant. Chickens have bilateral brains just like humans.
Horses can sense your emotions without even touching you.
Sheep can remember your face for years.
Cows make decisions based on what is best for the group, not just the individual.
Pigs are as intelligent as young humans.
And turkeys talk to their young while still inside the egg, and babies are born knowing the sound of their mother's voice.
Goats are curious and choose to investigate anything unfamiliar.
Farmed animals need mental exercise to live a fulfilling life. Luvin Arms uses clicker play to provide opportunities for learning new things. They learn fun skills like name recognition, spinning in circles, weaving cones, ringing bells, taking long walks with their partners, color differentiation, and much more.
Bonzo is one of our clicker play superstars. He loves to jump, nod yes, show his colors, play soccer, and meet people. He and his partner also do obstacle courses together. Bonzo and his partner even appeared on American Ninja Warrior in May.
Jenny Remack has a unique training partner back in Colorado.
They demonstrated to millions of people the intelligence of farmed animals.
At Luvin Arms, we believe in providing our residents with a meaningful and fulfilling life far beyond rescue. It isn't enough just to give them a forever home. We must give them emotional and intellectual support. Play is truly essential for all species. Clicker play gives them opportunities for learning and fun.
Many people do not view farmed animals as individuals.
They do not view farmed animals as intelligent or sentient.
and they used these views as a justification for exploiting farmed animals.
Luvin Arms uses clicker play to demonstrate farmed animals' incredible intelligence and sentience.
We feature clicker play on every public tour so that we can impact as many people as possible. A farmer who had seen the horrors of factory farming visited Luvin Arms on one such tour. He expressed that he did not believe chickens were individuals. He told us that the violence he had seen against chickens did not affect him. He had no compassion for chickens whatsoever. After witnessing a clicker play demonstration with Gracie, the farmer was moved to tears. After seeing her run excitedly at the sound of her name, seeing her respond intelligently to the request of her clicker play partner, and seeing her delight at receiving treats, he could no longer dismiss chickens as soulless creatures. He could no longer live in denial. He had to accept that chickens are individuals who have thoughts, feelings, and desires. He had to acknowledge that chickens are all individuals who desperately want to live.
Clicker play is a powerful educational tool. It breaks down the walls of denial that people have built around farmed animals. It encourages people to include farmed animals in their circles of compassion. The Luvin Arms Clicker Play program is forging a new path in animal care and humane education and inspiring Ahimsa in the hearts of all who see it. Every year, 80 billion land animals are slaughtered for food, and it is estimated that up to 2.7 trillion fish are killed for food every year. That amounts to 88,153 animals killed every single second.
88,153 sentient lives taken every single second is incomprehensible. It is a massive amount of suffering. In fact, since the start of this presentation, 72 million animals have been slaughtered. In modern society, we are removed from the sources of our food. We no longer see a hamburger as an individual who once had hopes, dreams, and a family. We are not connected to the beings who suffer for human consumption. We are desensitized to the violence.
Animal agriculture is destroying our planet at an alarming rate. Every second, 2 acres of Amazon rainforest is cleared for animal agriculture.
Every second, animal agriculture uses 2.4 million gallons of water.
It is the leading cause of species extinction, ocean dead zones, water pollution, and habitat destruction. In fact, 270 species go extinct every single day because of habitat destruction by animal agriculture.
We could see fishless oceans by 2048. Not even wild species are safe from the violence of animal agriculture. The reach of this destructive system is so great that it touches every aspect of modern life. From a young age, we are raised to believe that eating and exploiting animals is normal, natural, and necessary. We are taught to distance ourselves from empathy. Over time, violence has become normal. We are trained to participate in this violent system as children before we even understand the consequences of our actions.
88,153 lives are taken every second.
We cannot rescue our way out of this problem.
The scale of suffering is too immense. Each person that eats plant-based for a year spares 365 lives of sentient beings.
Every year that a person eats plant-based, they save 401,500 gallons of water, 10,950 square feet of forest, and 7,300 pounds of carbon dioxide.
The most important decision we make is what we choose to eat every day.
We must inspire people to choose compassion on their plates.
And by inspiring people to choose more plant-based foods, little by little, we shift the market demand. Eventually, it will become more profitable for companies like Tyson to make exclusively plant-based foods than to continue the highly destructive animal agriculture system.
Shifting the consumer demand towards plant-based foods is the only way to end the suffering. And it all starts with education.
In 2022, Luvin Arms greatly expanded our educational programming. We launched an educational events program that engages people who would not normally visit an animal sanctuary.
We hosted a 5K and a 10K run,
Monthly craft nights,
a summer carnival,
yoga,
birthday parties,
holiday celebrations,
magic shows,
movie nights,
speaker series,
and cooking classes. Most attendees had never been to an animal sanctuary before. Since January, we've welcomed over 4,000 people to Luvin Arms through educational events, service days, and tours.
So far this year, we've hosted 27 corporate and community service groups. Service groups come to the sanctuary seeking to fulfill volunteer hours and leave with an experience they will never forget. We incorporate an educational tour into every service day. Participants connect with our residents and are educated on the cruel industry practices. On a service day in July, after learning about the realities of the meat industry, a 12-year-old girl exclaimed, "All right, that's it. I'm vegetarian now." Change can happen in an instant. We also began creating video content to inspire people to view farmed animals as sentient individuals and educate them on the inhumane practices of the animal agriculture industry. We were honored to produce a short documentary film with the famous YouTuber Mike the Vegan about the dairy industry. This documentary reached thousands of people and inspired many to ditch dairy and adopt Ahimsa.
This year, we also created a children's summer camp focused on compassion, connection, care, and community. Children experienced how farmed animals are so much like us, how they express their complex emotions, and their natural behaviors. They learned how to care for farmed animals and engaged in service-based learning. They spent time with the residents of Luvin Arms and connected with them on deep emotional levels. They even designed and built their very own sanctuaries.
After spending time with Davy and Lakshmi, our mama-baby duo, one boy remarked, "I'm like Davy and Lakshmi because I have an unbreakable bond with my mom, just like them."
We worked with children in India through our partnership with the Springs School. They composed poetry that expresses the sounds of Ahimsa. Children reflected on what Ahimsa means to them, and we turned their poetry into a song, an anthem of Ahimsa.
With all your might, share the love, shine so bright. Through Ahimsa, with all your might, find the tranquility.
After each tour and event, we ask participants about their current diet and to quantify how many meals per week they feel inspired to eat plant-based. Every 3 meals that someone eats plant-based, one animal's life is spared. So far this year, through Luvin Arms' impactful programs, we have inspired people to commit to eating an additional 105,000 plant-based meals, which will spare over 35,000 animal lives.
When you think of this in terms of dollars to impact, we are sparing one life for every $35.
Every additional $35 you donate tonight will spare another animal's life through our programs. Education is one of the most powerful tools that we have to change the world.
88,153 lives are taken every second. Every one of those lives has value. It is critical that we save lives and tell their stories to plant the seeds of Ahimsa in the hearts of all who will listen. So far in 2022, we have rescued 11 incredible individuals. With your support, 11 rescued beings now have a forever home at Luvin Arms. They were facing certain death, and yet their hope for life blossomed into a beautiful reality. Their stories will transform people's hearts and minds around the world. We rescued Riley from the 4-H program. 4-H is an agricultural youth program in which children receive a farmed animal to raise.
Over the course of the program, they care for their animal, love their animal, and bond with them. They become best friends. And then at the end of the program, the animal is sold for slaughter and the child gets to keep the money.
Most children have no idea that their best friend will be killed in the end. When they learn this truth, most are devastated. Adults tell them, this is just the way it is. It's just an animal, and this is how things work.
Their natural empathy is conditioned out of them. They're trained to see animals as just another object for humans to exploit. That was Riley's fate. He grew up on a farm where he was destined for slaughter at the end of his 4-H term.
When we rescued him, we could tell that Riley was a social butterfly, even though he had never lived with another sheep in his entire life. As soon as he saw Jared, Lexine, Jacqueline, Maxine, Finn, and Teddy, Riley happily chased everyone, making friends. Riley's experience in 4-H is the story of millions. 4-H is a program that not only kills animals, but it kills the empathy of our children.
Riley's story was actually the inspiration for our inaugural 4C summer camp, an alternative to the 4-H program that develops empathy in our children.
Coda and Kenai came to us in June. Caring people in our community noticed cries for help from an abandoned box at the park. They found these 2 little babies covered in feces inside. Coda had breathed in so much poop that it was packed in his nasal cavity. They were completely vulnerable to the elements and to predators.
Someone had decided they weren't even worth a drive to a local shelter. The person was so disconnected from empathy that they discarded Coda and Kenai like trash.
When they arrived at Luvin Arms, we realized how bonded Coda and Kenai had become. They are completely inseparable. Anywhere Kenai goes, Coda soon follows. Kenai is curious and constantly explores his surroundings. Coda loves to pick out food of his favorite treats. He absolutely loves leafy vegetables.
We recently integrated the babies with our turkey boy, Walter. Although they represent 3 different species, they have become a beautiful little family.
The story of their interspecies friendship is inspiring to everyone who meets them.
Shared trauma can bond together the most unlikely of friends. We also rescued a beautiful sheep family in June. Hershey, Shy, Marilyn, Twix, and 2 babies were living in one of the worst situations of neglect we have ever seen. The property was far from the road, where no one could hear the cries for help. They had never received any care whatsoever. Their hooves were completely overgrown, making it difficult to walk. They had full winter coats in the middle of summer, risking heat stroke at every moment. They had pounds of poop soaked into their wool from bouts of diarrhea.
When we arrived, it was 101 degrees and they did not have any water. Hershey's horns were growing directly into his eyes. Even on a small scale, even in our backyards, society still views farmed animals as objects. Their care is not a priority like it is for our companion animals. Their story illustrates the often horrific reality of backyard farms.
Much the same as Coda and Kenai, Luvin Arms rescued 2 baby chicks in July who were abandoned at a local shelter. Strangely, they were painted pink. We believe they had been used in a gender reveal party. People used them for a ceremony that lasts 5 minutes and then discarded them like trash. This is such a saddening example of society's perspective of farmed animals. Society views them as things, disposable, not living, breathing beings who want to live.
Society doesn't see them as individuals. But Luvin Arms is changing that. Meeting our residents, looking into their eyes, hearing their stories, feeling their energy, this changes people. This reignites the empathy they have lost. This plants the seeds of Ahimsa within their hearts. Sanctuaries like Luvin Arms are the only places in the world where people can connect to farmed animals as they truly are: sentient, intelligent, and emotional individuals. There is no other place on earth that provides a safe space for humans and animals to interact with compassion. Sanctuaries are the solution to creating a more compassionate world.
When we gaze into the eyes of a pig, we see their humanity.
When we receive a hug from a cow, we feel their love.
When we meet a chicken who is smarter than our dog, we understand their intelligence. At Luvin Arms Animal Sanctuary, people meet these incredible beings and experience their individuality.
Their perspectives transform with a single experience.
It is only at Luvin Arms that individuals like Marley get to paint in the afternoon,
That someone like Teddy gets to learn how to weave cones.
and that a mother and a child can spend their life together.
That Niblet, who is sick with laminitis, can run with his friends and have some fun too.
That Sammy, who was destined for a life of cruelty, can fall in love.
That Gracie, who is rescued from horrific abuse, can take long walks with her friends.
That a sick baby boy destined for death can now feel safe to love his friends and to love his humans.
When people experience these beautiful moments at Luvin Arms, the seeds of compassion take root in their hearts. That person then spreads these seeds to their friends, family, and coworkers. Through storytelling, we are spreading Ahimsa into the hearts of our community. This is the solution to a more compassionate world.
There is hope. Every story represents hope for millions of beings. Every time we tell the story of a resident, it has the power to change people's perspectives, to change people's choices, and collectively to change the world. Through education alone, we have already spared 35,000 animal lives this year. Hope is at the heart of Luvin Arms. To stop the suffering, we need to reach more people. We need to expand our rescue program. We need to expand our enrichment program. And we must expand our education program. For every $35 you donate, our programs spare one life. Every dollar truly makes a difference. We need your help to continue this life-saving work. The price of hay has drastically increased because of the current water shortages in the West. It now costs $3,900 per month just to feed our goats, sheep, horses, and cows.
We have an increasing number of elderly residents like Felix, Domino, and Belle who need special medical care. Pain medications in elderly care alone cost $3,850 per month. The extreme heat of the summer and extreme cold of the winter require us to spend tens of thousands of dollars to protect our residents from the elements. Every year, 10% of sanctuaries shut down because of insufficient funding. We need your help more than ever.
Luvin Arms cannot exist without you. we need your support to care for our residents. We need you to continue our educational programming and to spare tens of thousands of lives.
In order to care for the residents and save lives through education, together we need to raise $190,000 tonight. We cannot do this without you.
Together, we can spare 5,429 lives tonight. A donor will match every dollar you donate. Every $35 you donate spares one animal's life.
With this match, you'll spare 2 lives for every $35 you give. We desperately need your support to spread Ahimsa to the hearts of all people. We desperately need your support to stop the suffering.
Ahimsa protects the most precious of all things. It protects life.
Together, we must hold a vision of a more compassionate and sustainable future for the animals and for us. Together, we must plant the seeds of Ahimsa in every heart on this earth.
Together, we are a community that inspires and educates change by exemplifying the world as it should be.
A world where all beings are loved and respected. A world where Ahimsa blooms within every heart.
Your support of Luvin Arms inspires people to join in our community, collectively working together towards a better future for all beings.
Your support of Luvin Arms saves countless lives.
Together, we are planting the seeds of Ahimsa.
Together, we are creating a world where Ahimsa is in bloom.